Please watch this video several times before driving off in this twist motorhome. This will show you some very important operating and safety procedures that you must be fully aware of before driving off. You need a regular C-Class driver's license for this automatic Iveco motorhome vehicle. No P-plate drivers are allowed. This motorhome is fitted with front and rear crash cameras that continually records while the ignition key is on. This vehicle only takes diesel fuel. The fuel cap is located outside next to the passenger door and is opened by the ignition key. Please lock the fuel cap with the ignition key after filling up with diesel. Use key D to enter the motorhome through this side entry door. Open the door and put down the automatic step by pressing this electric button. Push down or up. Once inside, put the entry key D back here next to the sink where all the other keys are stored. Have a look around. As you can see, everything is neatly secured. The motorhome will have been plugged in to 240 volts for the last 2 days to charge the batteries and cool the fridge. The fridge needs 2 days to get cold and for the freezer to work. Grab key A and then go and unplug the 240 volt inlet power lead and store it in bin C next to the generator like so. Next, drive to a nearby tap. Put your foot on the brake to start the engine. Familiarize yourself with the ignition key and gear stick positions and drive to a nearby water tap. You can make adjustments to the driver and passenger seats like so. Be very careful. This vehicle is around 9 meters long, including the bikes on the back. It's like driving a big truck. Only experienced licensed persons are allowed behind the wheel. Empty water bottles are stored under the seat next to the fridge. Now that you're next to a water tap, fill all the large plastic bottles and small plastic bottles with fresh drinking water from the water tap. Store a few of the filled water bottles in the fridge, along with all the fresh food you have brought along. I use various plastic-sized containers to store the food in the fridge. The freezer works well for frozen food. As mentioned, it takes 2 days to freeze up. The rest of the filled water bottles are stored here under the forward seat next to the fridge. It's not advisable to drink water from the motorhome storage tank. Drink from the bottled fresh water. Before you leave, you need to fill up the motorhome with 120 litres of fresh water. Grab key A and key W. Key A opens the big bin E, where this white water hose is stored. Key W opens the fresh water inlet cap. Connect the white water hose to the fresh water tap and insert the other end of the hose into the motorhome fresh water inlet. This will take about 3 minutes. When you're done, lock the water cap and return the white water hose back into bin E and lock up. Then return the keys back into their slots. So the fridge is now filled with all your food, the water bottles are all full, and the motorhome water tank has now been filled with 120 litres of fresh water, and now you're ready to drive off. Ensure the step is up and the cabin door is locked. This is very important. Before you drive off, please make sure that everything is securely stowed, and before you turn on the ignition key, you must tick each box on this pre-departure checklist. This is a compulsory procedure every time before you depart. You should now be ready to drive off. Check your fuel and tyres. Before heading off, ensure you go to a close-by truck stop to fill up with diesel and check all 6 tyres for the correct tyre pressure. 60 psi for the front tyres and 65 psi for the rear tyres. For your safety, you must take great care to ensure the correct tyre pressure. Get a second person to double check what you've done. Now, plan ahead for your first night stop at a motorhome park. Book ahead. Ensure you get a powered site.